Today's episode of Live and Podcast is proudly brought to you by the Christmas Heirloom Company.
The Christmas Heirloom Company is the only shop like this that you will find in Australia. And this year, they are located at Westfield West Lakes.
Right up until Christmas Eve, so get in there and get all your Christmas goodies.
Be quick so you don't miss out. Yes.
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 Ready?
Am I living? Oh, what a funny thing.
Got something in my eye?
Can you hear that? What are you doing? You're doing that on purpose? I can't hear that music at all. At all. I can only hear it from your headphones. Yes.
There you go.
I'm back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I learn something new every day.
Yeah. You're trying to, I don't know, you're messing with me today.
Trying to isolate all of the different sounds
You
in your
are
ears.
messing with me today. You are.
Just today.
One ear, two ears, no ears.
My parents used to say in one ear, out the other.
Correct.
Wait.
Doesn't everyone say that?
Now I've just realised what they meant. Because there was nothing in between.
Oh my God, you just had a moment.
Just had a moment of childhood trauma.
Oh my goodness. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Monday morning or whichever day
my
of the
God.
week you may be tuning in. You're listening to a Live and Podcast with me, Nancy.
And me, Vince, and we are so glad to have you back for another week. We have got more things to discuss this year, and you know how it's getting close to the end of the year
It
now.
is. We've only got a few episodes left.
We're at the pointy end of the year.
Yes. Yes,
can't
yes,
believe
yes.
it.
And then we might give you a couple of weeks off that you don't hear our voices, but then we'll be back.
Of course, you cannot have a summer without us.
No, in the
I was
words of
thinking
Arnie.
we should plan like a summer trip or something.
Mm-hmm.
We should like do like a summer content series. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's a good opportunity for everyone to catch up that maybe has missed a few. We can remind them. We can look at the listens and go, oh, maybe that one has
Let's
had
put
a
that
few
one back
less.
out.
Let's just,
Somebody asked me about a greatest hits episode the
Yeah.
other day. They're like, would you do a greatest hits? And I was like, well, I like the idea of it.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like the idea of?
What?
The editing. Because I would go
Right.
back through every episode, and there's a lot.
No, I don't think great.
I just feel like you could almost redirect people to the episodes. Be like,
Correct.
that's a great hit.
That's what I'm, yeah.
We could
the
do a
summer
top
series,
10.
like that.
What if we did like, do you have a favourite?
I've got a few favourites, but the some that ring a bell is punctuality and
Yeah, go on.
etiquette.
Etiquette just set the world on fire though.
It set the world. Every single one of our followers has mentioned to me that
Yeah.
they have all had discussions about our bringing the wine episode etiquette. Yeah, you want to jump on and have a listen to
Party Poopers always comes to mind,
Yeah.
but not necessarily just for that episode.
Mm.
It comes to my mind because then we caught up with Burjo.
that. Yes.
He was our first guest that we had
Yes,
on.
he was.
But do you remember, he's so passionate about not dressing up.
Absolutely.
He is the
yeah.
party pooper. Like
He is.
that to me
He is.
makes that episode stand out even more because I just think that's so funny. 'Cause
Yeah.
he was like, no way. Come on, mate. I love it. Come on. Party poopers. That one there always makes me smile.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Well, I think now that we've started on this one, let's continue
Yes.
with the yearly wrap.
Oh, the rap. I wish I had a wicka wicka
Wah,
wah.
wah, wah. The year that was
The year that was.
2024. The year that was on Live and Podcast.
Wow. Well, so, okay, well, it's a bit of a walk down memory lane now.
Yeah, it really, really is. Have you had, I've had a few pivotal moments this year, not necessarily just with the podcast. We've had some great things we've done this year. Fork Cancer Luncheon
Our
with
first
the
birthday.
Style host. Our first birthday. Oh my goodness, where it all began.
Wild.
Yeah, that was amazing. We did, I've got to say, high five. We did such a great job.
Hey, just
with
quickly, that
day.
high
Yes.
five, just quick sidebar.
Yeah.
I don't know if you notice when you watch the episodes.
Yeah.
Sometimes because there's two screens.
Yes, I know. We go behind our banner.
We go behind the banner, but then your
And then it's
arm
like,
comes out and
peekaboo.
it's like a comedy. Yeah.
I could go like, ooh, ooh.
Yeah, but it's happening like a 6 meter long couch.
Yes.
It makes me laugh every time. But yeah, sorry about that. Sidebar. We did that. We had our first birthday. We had our Fork Cancer Lunch with the Style host you mentioned.
We did.
We had the Good Start paying them Easter
Easter.
Good Start Payneham Easter drive-through
And
display.
they won an award for that.
The
How amazing.
national award, the national goodie for community outreach. I love that.
I know. We were at the Adelaide G Fresh.
Oh my goodness.
We were at their fork cancer dinner as well. That was incredible.
A monster year. We had guests for the first time. We introduced some guests this year.
Yeah.
We had the biggest listens we've ever had this year.
Oh my
We've
goodness.
had the most engagement we've ever had this year. It's been a huge success for season 2, guys.
And do you know what we've also had, which is kind of sad to hear, but it's another reason that I think that we should really pat ourselves on the back.
What's that?
We have heard some great podcasts that have come to light.
Yes.
And done a few episodes and said, you know what, we're going to have a bit of a break because it's a hard slog.
It is.
And then I'm like, I get it. But then I'm like, wow, go us.
Yeah.
Go us. We put in the time. We put in the effort. We put in the love, I think.
100%.
And we put in from the heart, and we aren't just willing to give it up on. Some weeks are hard, but we make it work.
I'll
we
be honest
make
with
it
you.
happen.
100%. And some weeks are hard. Today's hard.
Yeah, today's hard, and you kind of he's
I
faking
feel
it a
awful.
bit. He's
I feel
faking it a
awful
little
about
bit
it.
purely because you have got a throbbing headache, haven't you?
I do. I haven't had one for a while, but today, my goodness.
I was going to say, is it my voice? But hey, you would have had
No.
plenty of headaches
well,
if it was just purely
this far,
because of
this
my
far
voice.
down the road, you would have expected me to have
Yeah.
the pattern by now and figured it out it was you. No,
It's not me.
But yeah, look, it is a hard slog. But like you said, we keep going because it's not even just about it's not about chasing an outcome necessarily. That
Yeah.
we want to just put something out there that represents us,
Yeah.
that connects us to our community.
Yep.
That's what we're doing.
Yep.
And that's the best. I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other beautiful thing that's happening to finish off our year with Live In Podcast is our major sponsor that it came on board so organically for November and December. I'm talking about the Christmas Heirloom Company,
They're
who
amazing.
again is sponsoring this exact episode as they have done for the last couple of months. It came about organically because I was actually speaking to Angela from Christmas Heirloom. I was actually speaking to her about suggesting to her, I said, I was talking to her about another company. I said, do you think they'd be interested in sponsoring our podcast? And she goes, are you joking? She goes, I'm not even going to mention it to them because I want to sponsor the podcast. And I said, what? And I felt a bit embarrassed because I was like, I did not intend for the conversation to go down that path. And she was like, I want to sponsor
Love that.
the podcast because she loves what we do, but she's like, your reach is going gangbusters.
Yeah.
And she goes, being a pop-up store, she goes, I would love that extra reach. So that was, amazing. And I remember ringing you going, I'm just going to sponsor for November to
Christmas Heirloom
and
has just
December.
come on. No, and they're amazing. And they did sponsor last year. They had an on-site last year as well when they popped up, which was phenomenal fun for us to be in store.
Yeah.
And we did go down there this year to West Lakes and we had a bit of a play before they opened up. We were lucky enough to be there.
Yeah.
But it is just one of those places. But again, it's a business that really aligns with us and our audience. And it's wonderful to be able to partner with them and businesses just like them.
Yeah, absolutely. But how about you? How about sort of professionally, personally? I would have to say this year, since coming really back into the swing of things since having Jaden, this year, work-wise, professionally, this year has had to be my best year since having Jaden. I can't say like pre-having Jaden. I was, extremely busy in the industry. But post having Jaden, this professionally has been my best year and I've loved every second of it. And I can't wait to see what 2025 brings me and us. But I'd have to say personally, on a personal level, it's probably been my toughest year. I wouldn't say toughest, but one of my toughest years personally. Yeah. Just a lot of shit. I've had to clear a lot of shit.
Well,
sorry, I'm not the big swearer on the episode, but
welcome.
I've had to clear, and I've had a lot of like, friendships has been a big one for me this year. And
and not just for you. I say confidently because it's same for me. Like, we've talked about that a little bit, and it's something that I actually messaged you about just last night.
Yeah.
And I said, look, maybe that's one of the topics, which I think ties into almost
Yeah.
the wrap up of the year, doesn't
Absolutely.
it? But it's the idea of letting go of what no longer serves or aligns with us, making space for the new.
Yeah.
Out with the old, in with the new. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? And being okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I said it to you only like last week, I think, where I said I'm doing a bit of a cull.
Yes.
And you were like, oh, do
Yeah.
I wedge? And I was
Yeah.
like, no, will you make the cut? Or will you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's that idea of like, you don't delete someone off your phone and you delete them from existence. But it's okay to be like that, even if it's a subconscious reminder
Yep.
or things that you want to let go of. Like I've messaged and said, bring something if you want to
That's right.
get rid of
yes.
something.
Yeah.
I
I would
also
have had to
have-
bring my whole wardrobe because I really
I was going
need
to do
go.
wardrobe too. I was
But
actually going to do wardrobe
I couldn't
too.
fit it in the car.
No, okay, lucky. It's because I asked you to bring my stuff back. But the idea of like letting those things go, I think that's a really big part of the year. So when you say like big year friendships wise, friendships are just so tricky because sometimes we feel anchored to those people for many reasons, be that the memories we share, the emotions we share with them, or what they brought to us in our life and vice versa for that period. But that can make us feel like, wow, I can never let that person go.
Yeah, I don't know. Mine's more whenever I've encountered some, speed humps, let me say, this year with friendships, mine's been more like, wow, do they think I'm that kind of person?
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just shocked and hurt because, I don't know, I operate by the heart purely. I think it's more like, wow, they didn't know me at all.
Yeah.
That's what really hurts. I'm like, wow, if they've taken offense to something, they purely didn't know me at all. Or I don't know, I've just been like, I don't know, upset. And because it's happened quite a few times, I think I even called you a few times in tears going like, you can't just look at all these things that are happening and go blame them.
No,
I've questioned myself. I'm like, what the hell am I doing wrong to be coming across all these challenges?
Yeah. And I think that's what I'm trying to articulate is that idea of like you're self-aware of it. You know that.
Yeah.
So when you go, oh, is it me? No, I'm not the problem, but they're not serving me anymore. So I need to let them go.
Yeah.
And so you have had ones end, relationships and friendships end from other ends. You've also chosen to end relationships yourself and go, I need to walk away from that.
Yeah, absolutely. We are here again, thanks to Christmas Heirloom Company, located at Westfield West Lakes. And did you know these guys have been creating pop-up shops around Adelaide, the only store in Australia like this, for the past 8 years. But for 4 of those 8 years, they have won Franchisee of the Year.
Not only are they a one-of-a-kind store in this country, they are a multiple-time award winner. And they're open this year, right up until Christmas Eve.
They are.
You can go in there at Westfield West Lakes. They've got the most amazing range of not just ornaments,
No.
but there are the...
Trees, their trees are divine.
I was going to say the Nutcracker statues.
Yes.
I can't get over some of this stuff there.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, guys, get down to the Christmas Heirloom Company at Westfield West Lakes right up until 24th of December this year. Get yourself some goodies. And if you don't know what they've got, get onto Instagram
Yes.
at Christmas Heirloom AU.
Absolutely. And being a pop-up shop, if you must be following their socials or their Facebook page, because that way next year you'll know where they're going to pop up.
That's right.
So jump on.
Last year was in the CBD.
Correct.
This year it's West Lakes.
That's
Who
right.
knows where they'll be next year?
I know.
I might get them to come and set up here. Place needs a bit of a zhuzh.
Absolutely. Christmas Heirloom Company, Westfield West Lakes. Give them a follow. But on another level, this might be a little bit too woo-woo, on another level, as much as I've gone through the hurt, and I really, really have felt it this year, I've almost looked at it like I'm being protected.
100%.
I'm being protected because I was looking at it as a very genuine, authentic friendship. And the reason I've come across a challenge or a speed hump is because possibly now I've worked out it wasn't authentic on their end.
Well, it challenges your values. It served them for a purpose, and they got what they needed,
Yes.
and or you got what you needed, and what you needed was to see that, and be shown that lesson,
and
again,
be hurt, and then I'm going,
and that
wow,
sucks.
yeah,
But that's part. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with
Absolutely.
everything you're saying.
yes,
And that's just a different articulation of it. But it's that idea of going, you got what you needed. It hurt, it sucked, but now you know what to look for as well.
yeah.
And you won't do that because you value your time, your relationships, your energy differently as well.
I have to say,
Yeah.
stop there, because knowing myself, I think I will do it again, because when I give
With everything, 110.
100%. I'll give. If you're in my circle, I will give. So I can't say I won't do it again, because I probably will. And you know what? The ones that aren't genuine or whatever, I might get hurt again. That's fine. But I probably will keep being me.
And that's the way you should?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I can't say I learn all the time.
Yeah.
Because I like to give everyone the benefit of the doubt until I get burned.
Yeah.
I'm burned.
That's fair. That's
anyway.
fair.
So yeah,
I'm on board. Well, I'm totally on board with making that space at the moment as well. So when I look at like the highlights, I think for me it's definitely been professionally.
Yeah.
For many parts of the profession, be that creative, professional.
Yeah.
Corporate.
Yes.
It's been a massive year.
Yeah.
First year by myself. We've now passed over the 1 year mark of operating under Vigilero, which is that was not intended. I promise you that was not intended. No, not paid sponsorship.
I was just going to say,
Unpaid,
I might have to have a talking to Vigilera. I think we do need a paid sponsorship.
I think so too. Write-offs, legals. No, but it's been a huge year, a hugely successful year for that. But as I'm coming to the end of the year, I'm actually now feeling it.
Yeah.
A little bit like, oh, wow, it's been huge. And I said it to Joy, I'm tired, but tired from good things.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you, rather than resenting your tiredness and you go, oh, I'm so tired because I feel overworked, underpaid, or stretched out emotionally or socially burnt out.
Yeah.
I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm tired from doing so many good things and seeing the rewards and achieving those milestones that I feel driven. It's perpetual, but I think there's just that momentum and that bit of a drag at the moment where I feel like, oh, I've been going at a rapid pace for a long time.
But you see, it's like the same when you see in the kids at the end of term. Like the last
my
2-3 weeks of term, it's like, oh yeah, they are done.
Isn't it?
They are done.
I love it when the teachers know it too. And the teachers say it, they're like, oh yeah, like if you want to have a rest day,
yes,
we're okay with it. But I'm like, did you ever get a rest day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Did you?
Well, no. Oh, that's another topic altogether, because I used to get asked in the morning. My mum would say to me, instead of saying get up, get to school, she'd say, are you going to school today? And I loved school, and I'd be like, yeah. But if she'd actually ask me, and I'd think always like, why shouldn't you be sending me?
We used to get like
I had the choice.
Wow, how lucky are you? No, if we were like, it would be the 6 a.m. the laundry's going.
Yeah.
The banging in the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
The food's cooking for dinner.
Yeah.
If you're not up by set, like then you'd get there'd be the name called out and be like, Vinny.
Yeah.
Vinny. Like you'd wake up to that. If you miss that at 7 o'clock or 7:30, then you're getting like the bang on the door, and then it becomes the doors open.
Yeah.
Then it's the vacuuming in the room. Then it's like if it was 8 o'clock, like in and just like strip off the quill. Like time to go.
Yeah.
Let's go. The car's leaving at 20 past, whether you're in it or not.
I didn't know. I think Mum, it was funny. I just loved
going?
it. Yeah, so she goes, you go to school today? And I'm like, yeah, Mum. I think I should.
Me want to learn. Me want to learn. Me want to learny. Speaking of learning, that's one thing, I guess. So yeah, professionally big year. Personally,
yes,
it's been a huge year as a parent. I need to say it. I have been challenged, stretched, grown. I hope I've grown.
Yeah.
No, I have. We definitely have grown as parents because we've experienced new things, which all parents do. And it's just like, how when you experience a new season for the first time and you're sort of like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Where did that energy come from? Where did that personality trait come from? Where did that response come from? And it's amazing how much influence the outside world has on kids.
Yeah.
And I definitely never really understood that until now.
Yeah.
As a parent, where I'm like, things that come home sometimes, the conversation, I'm like, where did that come from?
Yeah.
Like, wow.
We are always learning. A few weeks ago we had the school photo, the yearly school photo come back, and I have done a thing where I've like framed like reception year 1, 2, 3.
Cute. Yeah. We love that.
There, and I'm like, it's a visual. It hits you in the face. Reception, that babiness. Year 1, still a little bit.
But once that
year
baby fat's
2,
gone,
a touch. But the biggest change from year 2 to 3,
really?
I'm like, you're a boy. You're not a little boy. Like, you're not like a cutesy wootsy. You've lost that. Oh my God, the teeth are bigger than your face. Like,
his
we're still.
mustache is really coming in.
Oh my gosh, no, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
He gets it from his father
No,
then.
I was just going to say mine's still bigger. Mine's still bigger at this moment in time. But it's a visual, and you can't hide it.
What's that saying, Nance? The days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And that's probably that's a good reflection for this year, because this year feels like there have been long days.
Yes.
And we've put in the hard yards, and we've, like, so many out there. People have had those days where they're like, what am I doing it for?
Yeah.
Or like whatever pursuit you're on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then you go, wow, the year's already gone.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah.
So for all of those little moments that feel like they're lasting forever, they're over very quickly in the scheme of it.
Yeah.
And when you look at photos, sorry to cut you off, but when you look at those photos, you're so right. Like, we have them on the fridge, as you know, like, and I can see the change. And then it's like, you're not just that little innocent blob. Yeah. Now you are a walking, talking little demonic spawn at the moment. But
once you lose those teeth and the big ones come in, so does the big attitude and the.
But it's also like so beautiful. But it's so challenging,
is.
because it's those things that I'm like, oh, that's what I need to change in myself still. I need to change the way I respond some days.
Yeah.
And I see that back, and it's those things that they always say, like, your kids reflect yourself in the worst way. And it's like, I can see little elements of me where I'm like, am I nasty? For all the things that I am kind and patient, am I can see how maybe my honesty could come across as a bit nasty.
Right, gotcha. I can see it. Yeah.
Welcome to the couch.
Yeah. I can see how, just from looking at all the photos, the change and the growth in Jaden, I can see that I still treat and hold him like I do like that reception photo. So I'm like, this is a big learning for me, that I've got to, I don't know, he's just always going to be my baby. Like,
and that's part of the challenge, because I still picture him. I still picture them like that.
Yeah.
So when they give me that big attitude, I'm more like, where did that come from? Like, I'm not expecting that. I haven't grown with him to where, I'm still holding him in that version of he needs me, which he does. Yeah. But maybe not as much as, like, I need to give him a bit more space.
I know.
They say to stay one season ahead of your sons. Like, this morning he was like, can we jog? And I was like, let's do it. So we literally jogged the whole way to school. I was like, if he wants to go, we'll go. Like, I don't care if I'm puffing.
No wonder you had a headache.
Oh, yeah, good, thanks.
It's a hot day. You've jogged to school. Hello.
There's that too. Yeah, you're actually right. Like, I just was building on top of it. But I was like, he wants to jog. I'm going to go. Like, I didn't want to let him down. Yep. Didn't want to let myself down either. Yep. But now I can absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, wow. So
what
many.
A huge year.
Yeah, it has been a huge year, and we can't wait, because we have big things planned for 2025. But some things do remain the same in terms of we are still going to offer our on-sites, because
100%. They're only getting better and better.
They are, and people are, talking more about them and hearing about them. So,
but also the success rate.
Yeah, exactly right.
I think what we need to look at is how successful they've been since the introduction a year ago.
Yeah.
So we piloted it at a couple of different venues.
That's right.
And the success of those, both for reach, engagement, and response. In store and to us, was huge.
And the other thing is that is there for life, that they can.
It's not a 4-week ad. You can always just say that podcast is there and go hear those authentic testimonials. Like, it's the best storytelling that we could have ever hoped for.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's exactly what we aim to create, is that connection between your brand and your customer.
Yeah. So
that's beautiful. And then to have the success of the community engagement and outreach for Good Start. Yep. And I'll use them again, because they're a great example. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They tried something different. They thought, what can we do to get the audience here?
Exactly.
Podcast.
They thought outside the square, like our first on-site commune one. They were willing to come on board, think outside the square. We're the first ones to sort of come up with this concept, and they were like, we're on board.
So good.
We are on board. So if you do want us at your workplace for an on-site in 2025, reach out. And even though we might be taking a couple of weeks break, we are always on the emails or the DMs.
Oh, yeah.
And we can book it in, because there is a few months next year that we are chock-a-blocker with things happening.
I haven't even really given enough attention to the calendar, because when I look at it, it's just blocks of colour.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow.
And the exciting part of that is the fact that in October, normally, like when I'm doing my Christmas shopping late December, I'll just grab a 2025 calendar, but I had to actually grab it in October this year and start filling some stuff
It's mental.
in.
It's mental. I can't
It's
even
good.
that's the thing. Again, I don't want to wish the days away.
No.
But
Absolutely
they are
not.
flying past. Only like so many sleeps till Christmas.
Yeah.
I can't do the math so quick this
No,
morning.
no,
I'm
no,
sorry.
no. Don't
Oh
do
my
the
goodness.
maths.
But you know what? What a wonderful wrap. It's been a wonderful year, Nance. Thanks again for
Oh,
always
thank
just
you.
being. Thanks for being there for me.
Another year of you and I having a chat.
Hey,
Hey? What we do.
what we do.
What we do.
Nobody,
So-
you know, it's funny when people say that, you know, oh, the boys can chat. And I go, I don't know where he gets it from. I don't know where they get it from.
I hear you. But again, a big thank you for wrapping up our 2024 season, Christmas Heirloom Company. There's still time. They don't close until Christmas Eve.
So we're wrapping up before Christmas Eve.
We
'cause
are correct.
We've got to get some other things in order with our house elves.
Yeah.
Make sure our houses are prepared. So I'll be popping down to the Christmas heirloom.
Yeah, so make
for a
sure you
last-minute
do
trip.
pop in.
Yeah.
They're supporting us, and we would love you to support them. And I've mentioned it before that, you know, Little Adelaide complains that we don't have that. We don't have that. We do
Well, we
have
got it.
something special. The only store like this in Australia, and it's at Westfield West Lakes. No matter where you live, worst case, it's a 40-minute drive. Come on.
It's worth it for the.
Do
for
you
the
know what I mean?
ornaments
For
and
what you're gonna
For what
get.
you're going to get is unbelievable. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And thank you to our listeners.
Yep.
Every year, second year, you've
Yes.
stuck with us. You have stuck with us. The numbers have grown. Our community has grown.
Yep.
And it's wonderful to watch that. So thank you for tuning in each week, being part of the conversation, giving us the feedback, commenting, posting it, sharing it, all of that stuff. It's
Yep.
been so good. And again, just having conversations that we know that we're having in our homes, with our friends,
Yes.
with our family members. So let's keep that conversation going, all for the benefit of one another.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And a huge Merry Christmas to those who celebrate it. I hope it's healthy. I hope it's happy. I hope it's full of love. I hope you get to spend some quality time with your loved ones and make 2025 be your best year yet.
I love it, Nance. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, y'all. We'll see you next year.
living.
Oh, what a funny thing to say.
Love it. Unplanned last episode. Let's go.
Look up into the sky, find the sun on a cloudy day. On a cloudy. One thing we did not achieve in 2024, Tones and I. Just saying.
It's all right. 2025 is coming. She's been very busy. That album, that tour.
Amazing.
Amazing.